For those of you who don't know, Michael Bagraim is a member of Parliament, and I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself. You'll probably do a much better job than I could. So really, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for speaking to me. I really appreciate it. I'm honoured. I am a member of Parliament. I'm the Labour spokesperson for the Democratic Alliance, which is the opposition. I also work as an attorney in BAGRAIMS attorneys. So I have a long history in our labour law. I started my firm 36 years ago, believe it or not. So I think I am reasonably qualified to speak about the labour situation, and even in a black swan of this nature. I've never seen anything like it, of course. Hopefully I'll never see anything like this again. But I am well versed in our history of our labour law, and I'm well versed in the practice to be able to at least comment on the devastation. That's the one thing. And then to make a few comments on how we get out of the devastation. In terms of finances, this is a real problem. Because when I retrench, I actually engage with a lot of individuals on a daily basis, and they get a package. Let me explain what they get. They first get their notice pay.
Yeah.
And normally they give them a month, so they don't have to pay a month's notice pay, or 2 months, depends on the contract. Then they give them the severance pay, which is 1 week per year of service or more.
Yeah.
In some cases 2 weeks or 3 weeks. That comes tax-free. Then they give them any sort of outstanding leave that is owing. Now, most of the workforce today in South Africa are using up all their leave because they've had to stay at home during COVID, and the employers have said, take your leave and exhaust your leave. But there are those with leave still available.
Yeah.
Then what they're getting is they're getting access to their pension, provident, or whatever fund. And then finally, the employer tops it up and says, if you sign an agreement with me, I'll give you X amount extra, another 10,000 Rand or 20,000 Rand. So they've got this bundle of money that gets then thrust on them. And the first reaction is, let's use all that money to pay up debt, because I've got a debt collector on my back or whatever. What people don't realize is that they must structure it properly. They must use it properly. And that they should look at, I mean, for instance, if I owe 20,000 Rand because I bought a bed set, a bed and the sheets and all that from a retailer, every month I've been paying a 3 Rand extra on what I'm paying back, which is actually insurance against retrenchment.
Yeah.
And so yesterday, when I was speaking to people, of the 6 people I was speaking to, because only 6 people got hold of me, of the large group I offered to speak to them. Each one I said, go, what do you owe? Who do you owe to? And how are we going to structure that? Now, I'm not a financial advisor by any stretch of the imagination, but they all said they had owed money to furniture, clothing, blah, blah, blah. And all of them, I said, go and read what you're paying.
Yeah.
They all came back to me and they said they've got insurance for retrenchment. They didn't know. It's just a Rand or 2 or 3. In fact, on one it was 3 Rand a month extra. And I said, no, I can wipe out your whole debt there.
Yeah.
At the same time, go and claim that. Go to the bank and tell them they will put it all on hold. So there has to be someone out there, and it should be preferably the employer.
Yeah.
But people like you in the accounting profession and the advisory.
Well, I'm actually a financial advisor, so yeah, that's why.
Financial advisor, yeah, they should be actually speaking to people on a regular basis saying, let's structure this properly. Sorry, a long answer to a long question.
So really the point is, I mean, yes, 7,000 Rand is a decent amount, but if you're earning 50, 60,000 Rand a month, you've got 2 kids in schools, you've got 2 cars, I mean, that's not going to see you through very much. So really my question is, as I'm just going back a little bit, part of these procedures of retrenchment shouldn't be mandatory. I mean, for them to come to you for counseling, for financial advice, I mean, that's wrong. It shouldn't be mandatory that they need to, the company should employ or contact someone to give them proper advice on what to do with their money. Because it's not just an ad hoc thing, it's a real life, major decisions they're making in their life, which can impact them the rest of their life, and they can never recover from it.
And you're quite right. Because if you've got someone in middle management who's earning 30 or 40,000 Rand a month, or even 50 or more, and they get retrenched, their expenses are running at what their salary is.
Yeah.
And so now, and you're normally the only breadwinner in the house.
Yeah.
So now you actually need someone to advise you, and employers are not capable of advising. It doesn't matter how clever I think I am. If I retrench people, I'm not capable of advising. Like I've just told you now, I know a few little things to advise blue-collar workers. I can't advise a white-collar worker or a middle management employee or a senior management employee. And those are the people that are going to affect now. I mean, it's all the people in clerical jobs, in middle management and senior management that are all going. They're the biggest expense to the company they're going, and you need someone to sit down with each individual and say, how are we going to structure this? How are we going to make it tax effective? Which debts do we pay off now? Which do we, for time in which to pay it off over a longer period of time? And how are we going to structure all that? So I know that if I got retrenched tomorrow, I'd have to go and see someone, and I'd have to ask that person, how can I, as an individual, try and structure myself? How can I actually do it? And I don't know. I've got no expertise in that area, and I wouldn't know where to turn first, I must tell you. I've got an array of debt. I've got an array of investments, and I wouldn't know how to restructure. I'd just throw my hands up and say, listen, I'm at full despair anyway. I'm losing my job. I have to now go and face the family, explain it, and I've got no idea what I must do about my finances. And
there's even a more bitter twist in the tale, because I picked this up in a lot of people that I've dealt with in the past. There's for your risk benefits. So when you in the company, you often got risk benefits, life insurance, disability cover, income protection. Now you can actually convert that to a standalone policy. You can take it to a standalone policy without any medical underwriting. So you don't have to go and say, if let's say you're 55, you're not in the best shape, you can, the insurance companies are compelled to continue that life cover with no loadings, with no exclusions, as is. But the catch is you've got normally a 30 to 60-day window to actually convert that properly. So again, people might be losing benefits that they can never ever get again in their life. And people are just completely unaware of it. I mean, that's probably the best insurance companies, insurance industry's best kept secret. That, you know, they have to take on these risks without medical checkups, without loading. And that's another part of the education that's very important. So just to
add, you see, I didn't even know about that. So you just told me something new.
Yeah, I mean, I just recently did someone who was 65, we converted it and it worked out really well.